This was a wild year for real estate with all the foreclosures and the paperwork problems. But now there's some signs that the housing market could be turning around. So what's going to happen in 2011? Fox News legal analyst Bob Massi joins us from Foreclosure Central, Las Vegas. Hey, Bob, you've actually got some good news for us on real estate, and you've got some predictions as well.
I don't know how good it is, buddy, but because over here in Vegas, it's not getting any better, trust me. There's a couple things I think that's going to happen. I do think, and you guys probably know better than me, I think we're going to see some rise in interest rates next year. They're not paying anything for their money. They'll always get greedy. I think you're going to see the lenders still push the interest rates up a little bit. But here's the big problem that we're faced with next year, and that is the adjustable rate mortgages are going to start maturing. And that's going to cause a huge sea of foreclosures, Charles. You have the 2001 10-year ARMs that's going to adjust. You have the 2004 ARMs that are going to adjust, the 7-year ARMs. You have the 2006 ARMs that's going to adjust in 2011. And there were even some 3-year ARMs that's going to adjust that was written in 2008. So that, in and of itself, can in fact cause a huge sea of foreclosures. And
wow.
Because listen, I mean, what are people going to do? They've been paying interest only. The houses are 40, 50% upside down. Now what are they going to do? It's going to be even more so because the lenders really aren't working, Charles, with the homeowners to try to save their homes.
You know, Bob,
and then you have this thing.
I got to just say, no one's talked about the ARMs. I kind of thought that was behind us. You're the first person I've heard mention adjustable rate mortgages in about 6 or 7 months. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, for example, I bought property a few years ago down in San Diego. If it was a freestanding building, I'd probably burn it down right now. But I have to tell you, it's one of those kind of things where it's going to adjust in another 2 years because it was one of those 80-20 loans everybody was buying at the time. So they're going to adjust. And when they adjust, what are people going to do? You have the unemployment rate in, at least I'm speaking in Las Vegas and Clark County, at 14%. Some even think 19%. You have another underemployment here of about another 10 or 12%. Then you have the national issue. So the adjusted rate mortgages are going to be a huge problem. The other thing that's very interesting is happening that could bottom out this whole industry. There are people out there, Charles, that still have money, but their homes are underwater. And there's a thing called strategic default or strategic foreclosure. So you live in a neighborhood, your home's underwater, but you have good money, you still have money, and you have good credit. The guy down the street lost his home. You go buy it for maybe 1/3 of what it was, what your house is. You go buy the home. Sometimes people pay cash for it, or they go get an FHA loan. Now you're in a situation where you rent your home out now that's 50% underwater. You collect the rent for about a year, year and a half. You let it go.
Right.
When that happens, and it is happening, There's people, they call buy and bill if you do it right away, but if you wait, then it's basically a strategic default. That could really bottom out the market, Charles.
Okay, hold on 1 second, Bob, 1 second, because Tracy, she has a quick question she needs to ask you.
Bob, you know what's really interesting?
Sure.
You're talking about these ARMs, and I think you're dead on. What's interesting, though, is they're offering them again, except this time they're calling them hybrid loans. So you're fixed for a couple years, and the whole thing is starting all over again. It's idiotic, but they're out there again.
Boy, Tracy, I'm so glad you brought it up because I didn't know how much time we had. But you know what? These people are doing exactly the same thing all over again to start lending some money. You're going to be in the same spot the next couple years every single day. There's a great publication out there called Mortgage News that I read. It's like the Bible in it. And they talk about the fact how these lenders are going back and doing it all over again, which is going to cause another avalanche of things in the next few years. And the other thing is, guys, I mean, I was just listening to your other piece. I don't know about you, but I don't see any lenders lending money, guys. I mean, I represent a lot of businesses, and they're going, Bob, we can't get any money, and we have good credit. So I think the next thing that's going to happen next year, lenders, Charles, are going to be even tougher because of credit issues and the ability to borrow money. And I don't see it changing that much in the real estate industry in the right direction.
Bob, I don't know who told me that you had good news this morning. But
I do. I am. It's Las Vegas. It's New Year's Eve. It's early, and I got 2 long days ahead.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Happy New Year. We appreciate it. We'll see you
Happy New
in
Year,
2011.
guys. Thank you very much.